everyone, and welcome to episode 6 of the EarthtonesGirl podcast. My name is Denise, and I am coming to you today from my home in Yonkers, New York, where I live with my husband and our 2 children. You can find me on the internet as EarthtonesGirl. I am most active on Instagram, and I also have a Ravelry account, although one of my resolutions for next year is to be much more active there. And I also have an email address where you can reach me. It's earthtonesgirl@gmail.com. So you guys, this is our last episode for 2017. I can't believe this year is over. I hope everyone had a wonderful Christmas, if that is what you celebrated. You had a wonderful holiday season. I know it doesn't end for a lot of people until just into the new year. Some people celebrate the Little Christmas, as we call it, or the Epiphany, which is on January 6th. So wherever the rest of the season takes you, I hope that you enjoy it. I hope you have been enjoying it. I have to honestly say, I am woohoo so happy it's over. We had a great time. I had a great time, but this season, and it really started for me in September. I have to go back to that because it's both of my children are now in school, and I feel like it has just been such a crazy ride. Like I've just been on a roller coaster and had zero control. It was just so busy. There was so much to do, and my husband was traveling a lot. And that was fine, and I held the fort and everything was fine, but a lot of the shopping and wrapping and prepping and gift buying and everything sort of fell on me, and it does normally, but for some reason this year it just felt like I was getting hit by wave after wave, and I got it all done. It's all done, but I'm hoping to make things a little different for myself and for my family next year, but we'll get into that in a second. I also want to thank you all for the huge, unbelievably overwhelming success of Vlogmas. Oh my God, I said I was going to do it. I did it. There were a couple of days that I missed and combined on other days, and it was so much fun. It was so much fun. And I think one of the reasons I'm kind of squeaking in this last episode is because I just miss talking to you. I miss sitting down in front of the camera every day, almost, and chatting with everybody. I really do miss that. I missed it the last week. But not doing it was also really good too, because it gave me some time to sort of sit and relax and be still and think about a lot of things, gather my thoughts. My body's been finally catching itself, finally feeling rested. So it was a good week. I did need, excuse me, I did need that time off, but I really did miss vlogging and talking to everybody. But again, Vlogmas was so incredible. So many people were vlogging and posting incredible videos. None of them were long, but it was so nice checking in with everybody every day and hearing from all of you and all of the comments that you all left. It was just amazing. And one of my goals I want to talk about those a little later, but I do have to say this now. One of my goals for 2018 is to really be much more punctual with replying to comments and replying to messages on Instagram, comments and messages there. So I really want to, I feel like that's been bad on my part for very lax. Let me not use the word bad. Let's use positive words, but very lax on my part, and even a little neglectful to not be prompt with those replies. And I know everybody understands and is wonderful about it. Again, because of the rush of day to day and a rush of the season, it was challenging at times to sit and take that time to get at the computer and reply, but I really would like to make some changes for that for next year. And I think because the rush of the season is over, I will have a lot more time on my hands to do that. So that is one of my goals, my podcasting goals. I would like to podcast a little more frequently, and we'll see how that goes. Again, I'm not locking myself into a schedule. We'll see where the road takes me. but yeah, I just can't believe how successful it was, and you all seem to enjoy it so much. And thank you for everybody that left comments saying they enjoyed it and little suggestions. And I do have to say the success of the yarn tree was just amazing. That was such a whim. I just wanted to create something to display yarn as beautifully as I could, and again, I am so endlessly grateful to my husband and father-in-law for putting that thing together so quickly. I mean, it came together in a matter of hours, so I'm really grateful for that, and everybody that enjoyed it. And I hope that you all oh my gosh, what's going on with my throat? I hope that all of you, or many of you out there, create your own yarn trees for next year. It is so much fun, and I will put a link to the instructions for that. I did find the pattern, or instructions rather, on Pinterest, so I will put those down in the show notes below for you. But it's so much fun, and as you can see, it was such a simple and beautiful way to display the yarn, and I was really proud of it. So I'm so glad that you all enjoyed that. Yeah, and it was fun. It was fun. And I know that Sue and Chelsea, who are Legacy Fiber Arts, the creative genius behind Legacy Fiber Arts, I know that they really enjoyed seeing it too. So I'm very happy that that was a part of Vlogmas. And the other huge part of Vlogmas was this beautiful, I can't. This absolutely gorgeous display. This is Maker's Haven behind me right here. And I didn't show she did a separate, Amber of Maker's Haven did a separate full skein for December 25th, which I never showed on the Vlogmas because I stopped on the 24th, but I really wanted to take a minute and show that here and how stunning it is. So there it is, you guys. Look at that. This is Maker's Haven full skein, our Christmas gift on December 25th. Isn't that amazing? Let me pull back a little bit so you can see that. Oh my gosh, look at how gorgeous that is, you guys. I don't know what I'm obviously socks, but I don't even know. I want to save it. I want to stare at it. I just love it so much. So a huge thank you to Amber for this. It's just absolutely breathtaking. Just look at that. Oh, the grays and the pinks. So thank you, Amber. I apologize for not showing this sooner. Again, another reason for doing this last episode. This little baby needed some love and some attention, so here it is. Yeah, and what else? We all did, or I participated in the Little Bobbins Christmas Eve cast on. And I'm really excited about that. I actually got an entire sock done. Here it is. There's a whole sock done, you guys. You know what? Let me pause and put this on a blocker. Hold on one second. Okay, I'm back. That holding it up thing just wasn't working, but here it is. Look at that, you guys. Oh my gosh. Isn't this stunning? This is, Nomadic Yarns, Letters to Santa colorway. Look at that. Oh, I love this so very much. So sock number 1 is done, and guess what? That is an afterthought heel. Oh my god. I haven't even woven in the ends yet, so there's still a little bit of a gap in there, but there it is, you guys. Afterthought heel. Absolutely love an afterthought heel. I don't know what, well, I do know because it's terrifying to cut your yarn, but to cut your knitting, but so that was my hesitation. But oh my gosh, you guys, I think it may be my new go-to heel. I love a fish lips kiss heel. I still love it, but my one issue with it was there is always a little bit of pulling across here on the instep. With this afterthought heel, there's no pulling. It's amazing. I have to study this a little more and knit this more to understand that, but there is no pulling across the instep, and the heel fits fantastic. And look at that bullseye, you guys. Oh my gosh. Love it, love it, love it so much. So now to show you, I did finish another sock here with a slightly shorter leg. Here is, this is Maker's Haven. This is the Dobby Sock Club, her first sock club in her Christmas colorway. You'd seen this a couple of times on Vlogmas, and this one does have the Fish Lips Kiss heel in it. Again, absolutely love it. I love it, love it, love it, but there is that little bit of pulling across here. It's not going to stop me from wearing the sock, but there is definitely a little bit of pulling. But it's still beautiful. Look at that Christmas sock, you guys. Look at that. Love it. I just love it. So now the mates to these are still in production. Looking at the clock, it is about 3:30 on New Year's Eve. And oh, I haven't even said that. I'm recording this on New Year's Eve. And like I said, wanted to get this in before the end of the year. I have this much to go. Here's the heel. I have that much to go on the foot, like next to nothing, and then it will be done. There's my little stitch marker. It says winter. I made that one myself. I found that in a pack of really beautiful Christmas themed, very vintagey looking charms at Joann's. So I've got a bunch more of those, and maybe next Christmas you'll see some more of those. But that's all I have to do on this sock. And I do have the other letters to Santa sock going. So the leg is almost done. I just have to, I'm almost at the heel mark. I'm going to put some markers in for the heel. So I just have to do the foot. Can I get this done by midnight? Maybe, if I don't do anything else between now and that gives me what, just under 9 hours, 8.5 hours to get this done. I might, we'll see what happens, but it will be finished. So first thing by tomorrow morning, even late morning, it will be done. So those are my remaining. I do have another sock whip that's kind of been put on the back burner, but my two current whips are those, and again, those are going to be finished between now and maybe by midday tomorrow. So yeah, in terms of my box of socks, there are 13 pairs in the box of socks right now. There is one pair that I just added that I haven't talked about yet, but I'm going to save that for later. Yeah, and what else? So I was hoping to get 15 because there's 13 there, and these two additional pairs would have been 15. We'll see what happens. I'll let you know by midnight what's happening. I'll try to post something before then. But I think that's it for knitting. I do have a couple of other whips that I want to get done early next year. But in terms of Christmassy knitting and Christmas stuff, that's pretty much where I am with my knitting. I'm just going to check my notes and I will be right back with you. So on a personal level for 2018, my personal goal is to slow down. Slow down. If I had to pick one word, it would be to simplify. I desperately need to slow myself down, slow my mind down, slow my body down, slow down the speed with which I try to accomplish things. I talked about that a lot during Vlogmas in terms of it's okay to not finish and it's okay to not complete a project, and I don't even want to start some things for next year. I just want to say no up front. I need to take a lot of things off my plate and slow things down just for my own physical health, mental health, more mental health than anything else. It's really important to me to change that for myself, and it's really important too for me to simplify things for myself. I want to not feel that need to rush through a project. I want to do a little bit less socially, not social media wise, but just socially in my own personal life, do a little bit less so that I can do a little bit more making, because that's what really gives me peace. And trying to say yes to everything just isn't working for me anymore. So again, to slow down and to simplify. And again, if I had to put it in one word, it would definitely be to simplify. I need that. Also, I want to quilt some more and sew a little bit more. I really want to do that. I barely touched my sewing machine this year, which is, I did in the beginning of the year, but from maybe middle to the year on to the end, I didn't. My poor baby's sitting here all neglected. So I really want to quilt a little bit more. I'm hoping to get maybe a block a month done. That seems like a realistic goal. And if that doesn't happen, it's okay too. But I do miss sewing. I definitely miss sewing, and I'd like to sew more next year. I'd like to quilt a little bit more. I have a beautiful quilting book that I received back in July, and I flipped through it and got all excited, and then it just sat. So I really want to change that as well for myself. And in terms of knitting, there's a couple of whips I really want to get finished. My acorn sweater, that needs to be done. That should have been worn for Rhinebeck last year, or this year. We're not done yet. For 2017, but the weather was just so warm that it just didn't happen, and there was just so much going on that it didn't happen. But that's okay, because I'm really psyched to pull that out of hibernation and get that finished. I'm going to Vogue Knitting Live on January 12th of next year, and I'm beyond excited about that. So I'm hoping to wear that sweater. It's basically just finished the body, and then I have a sleeve and a half, or a half of one sleeve and a whole sleeve to do. So it's straight knitting. It's just decreasing, it's straight knitting, nothing creative. All the color work is done, the body structure, all of that's done. So it's just straight knitting, and I'm really hoping to wear that for Vogue Knitting Live. And I'll keep you posted, of course, on Instagram and here's on a podcast episode. I'd like to get maybe one in before Vogue Knitting Live. And that may not happen either, but that's okay. This may have to suffice, this episode. But there'll definitely be a recap and lots and lots of vlogging. I want to vlog while that's going on. Vogue Knitting Live is the next really big event, so I'm really excited for that. I also have a baby knit that is very important to me, that sort of was also put on the back burner trying to finish up Christmas stuff, and that baby is on its way. It will be here in the next couple of weeks, probably within the next 2 weeks, so I really want to get that done too. And that's pretty much straight knitting as well, so that should go pretty quickly. Yeah, and then just in terms of knitting goals, I'd really love to get more color work done. Excuse me, I didn't get to do any of the Selbu mittens by Skander Knits, and I have lots of yarn sort of put aside for that, so I'd love to get a pair or two of those done before the end of the winter season. More socks, of course. Again, last year for 2016, I did 17 pairs. For 2017, I will have just about 15 pairs done. So I'm really hoping to up that for next year. We'll see what happens. There's a lot of really beautiful textured patterns coming out by Mina Phillip of the Knitting Expat podcast. I just have so much gorgeous yarn, as you can see back there, and that's like the tip of the iceberg. My collection's just really getting a little crazy. I'm also open to buy less, shop less, buy less yarn, maybe not accessories, but definitely less yarn, because I have so much and I want to get through some of that. I have a couple other projects. I have my 21 color mittens I'd like to finish soon. So yeah, just finish up some whips and, branch out with my knitting, take a little bit more risk with my knitting. So we'll see where all of that goes, but I'm so excited. There's so many projects to work on, and I want to put up a little post on Instagram with just some inspiration for me and motivation for me for next year. So I'll hopefully get that up tomorrow or the next day. And I think that covers it pretty much. I mean, I could talk about knitting for hours, but I just want to have fun. I just want to have fun and enjoy my knitting without pressure. I want to enjoy my life without pressure, or less pressure. So that is sort of where I am, you guys. Just glancing down at my notes here. I am looking forward to, aside from simplifying and slowing down, I'm just looking forward to being inspired by all of you, all of the beautiful makers in our community. I'm hoping to inspire some of you to branch out and try new things. I'd love to get some more tutorials up for you to watch and to learn from, and again, be inspired by. So we'll see where the road takes us. I have thoroughly enjoyed podcasting, way more than I thought that I would. It's brought me such joy. It has connected me with my community in a way that I didn't think was possible. I am excited. I'm really, really excited, and I can't wait to see where the road, excuse me, I can't wait to see where 2018 takes me personally, takes me creatively, takes this podcast. Let's see where it takes EarthtonesGirl. Yeah, I'm excited. I hope that you all are as well. And I'd love to hear what your goals are. Please share them with me. Tell me what you'd like to accomplish, where you'd like the road to take you, what you would like to see here. What would you like me to bring to the table, to bring to the podcast? What would you like to see more of or less of? I know you all really enjoyed seeing my children, so we'll try to squeak them in a little bit more too. They're taking naps right now so they can stay up with us tonight. My son is sleeping on the couch and my daughter's resting in her room. She actually has a huge day tomorrow. She's going to be playing with an all-girls hockey team, ice hockey team, during a New York Rangers game tomorrow. So you'll see some footage of that. I'm really, really excited for that for her. It's a huge experience. It's going to be amazing for her. So, so yeah, there's a lot to look forward to. My husband has a big exam coming up, so it's going to be hunkering down and supporting him through that, and then hopefully he can breathe after that, and we can do more as a family together. And again, slow down, simplify, enjoy life, enjoy each other, enjoy what we have, which has been lacking a little bit. So yeah, I also want to share some other things, little gifty things I've gotten for myself over the last couple of months that not that I haven't shown them for any particular reason, just, to keep Vlogmas episodes short. But there's a lot to share, new pins for my project bags, and new little gadgets, and all kinds of things to share with you. So stay tuned for that. I hope that you all come and visit me. Again, let me know what you're thinking, how you're feeling. Share your thoughts with me. I look forward to hearing from all of you. I hope that you all have a wonderful, happy, safe, joyous new year. I hope it brings you what you need. I hope it brings you what you want. Probably more of even what you need than what you want. Because I know for me, usually it's what I need and don't even know that I need more than what I want. Does that make sense? There's my little riddle for you to end the year. Be happy, everyone. Happy New Year. And I can't wait to spend some time with you all again very soon. Take care. Thank you so much to all of my new viewers and subscribers. Just thank you all so much for making this so much fun and for really making me happy. This has just made me really happy, and I'm very, very grateful. So again, Happy New Year, and I will see you all again very soon. Bye, everybody.